Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and I got some bad news for you. If you happen to be a fan of the MCU, like I am, and you've been enjoying the Marvel Netflix series, as I very much have, Iron Fist is the shit. I'm enjoying every second of it. But I keep wanting Daredevil to show up in fucking the Avengers movies. I keep wanting that crossover to happen. Every one of us wants that crossover to happen because that, in essence, is what was promised to us when the pitch for the MCU first came out of Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. And now we're hearing from Anthony Mackie that the motherfucker's dead, that it's fucking dead. He says here in an interview with Screen Geek, different universes, different world, different companies, different designs. Kevin Feige is very specific about how he wants the Marvel Universe to be seen in film. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. And this, of course, is referring to like more or less a TV movie crossover sort of thing. That's horseshit. Not Anthony Mackie. I'm not mad at Anthony Mackie at all. But what he's saying is horseshit. And I have talked about this at great length over the years. When the MCU was first pitched to fans, right, and they wanted an interconnected universe, and they brought it to TV, and they did the Marvel, and they connected Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to fucking the movies in more ways than one, multiple fucking times, and so that line of thinking is goddamn horseshit. And the fact that it's now further divided more than ever just goes to show you of the problem between Ike Perlmutter and Kevin Feige and how their rift and Disney's inability to fucking completely take over the MCU, at least the TV side of it, has split the Marvel Cinematic Universe in twain, right? It's completely separate from each other now, which is a load of shit. Because you watch, you watch Daredevil, you watch the Netflix shows, they mention the incident in New York, right? They mention it repeatedly. They mention the Hulk. They've mentioned Thor. They've mentioned other people. They've mentioned these characters that are from this thing. The incident it's all connected. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's connected. Inhumans, it's connected. Fucking Cloak and Dagger that's going to be coming out, guaranteed, is connected. Lady Sif from the Thor movies has come down to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury has come down to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There is even one of the bad guys, one of the fucking Hydra leaders in season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was in the compound with Baron Strucker in the beginning of Avengers Age of Ultron, right? Like, it's connected, but they're just hell bent on not making it a full-fledged reality. And it's horseshit. And every time this happens, I'm going to call it out as horseshit. And it's Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter is what it boils down to. And we all know that. They won't say it. We all know it. We all know that shit. And as fans of this franchise that is now 9 years old, which is crazy to think everything that's happened in the last 9 years, we want that interconnectivity because they do it so well. And it wouldn't be hard, but it mostly boils down to everything else. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's entirely possible. Okay, ultimately boils down to this. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Netflix series of shows, wouldn't happen unless Disney bought Marvel. Wouldn't happen, right? We know that. But as a result of that, and Disney and Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige wanting to homogenize the entire MCU with a certain look and a certain feel. In fact, they all shoot on like the same cameras, right? They make it look very similar. They don't want tonal differences. And I get that. I understand that. They very much want to keep it a certain way, I get that. But now we're seeing it 9 years later, 14, almost 15 movies in, 4 Netflix series, one more, The Defenders, Punisher, more Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, more Daredevil. I mean, all of these shows, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., fucking Inhumans coming out in a couple months. They're shooting right now, premieres in September in IMAX, for Christ's sake. You got Cloak and Dagger on Freeform, formerly ABC Family. You have got all of these shows, Agent Carter even, shit. There's all of these connectivities that have happened. All of these things that have happened. But because of a rift between New York and LA is ultimately what it boils down to, we are in this position of not being able to get this kind of connectivity. And honestly, it won't be solved probably until either Disney buys out Ike Perlmutter's shares and they force him out, or he dies, right? Or he retires, I should say, or he retires. And if I was Bob Iger, fuck, dude, I would straight up be buying out his shares. I would be doing everything I could to take back control of it and give it to Feige and let Feige bring everything together. Because for one, it is entirely a situation where you have got nothing else compares to it, by the way. That's not what I'm trying to say. Nothing else compares to it, even fucking remotely. It all makes sense if you bring it together in a way of TV and movies and cable and streaming. It's just, it all comes together in this beautiful way that has never been attempted before. And they do it with grace and class, and it's amazing. But until that can happen, it's fractured. And it's fracturing the fans. It's showing that there is distrust amongst the ranks. It's showing us that what we were promised, what we were led to believe was going to happen, is not happening at all. And even though the movies and the TV shows are interconnected separately, people want them interconnected together. They want Matt Murdock alongside Captain America. They want Tony Stark hanging with Luke Cage. They want Jessica Jones somewhere, anywhere, I guess, really. You know, they want all that. But because of this rift between LA and New York, we're not getting it. And it's just, it's sad. It's sad, and it needs to be rectified. And hopefully they will one day fix it. Hopefully they will one day combine the two. Earth's Mightiest Heroes and the Defenders of Hell's Kitchen, as well as the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Inhumans. And we all know the Inhumans are basically meant to be a fuck you to Fox for X-Men. We know that. Ike Perlmutter is doing probably everything he can to stop a deal between 20th Century Fox and Marvel in terms of all that shit. In which case, he's again furthering the divide between the two. I mean, come the fuck on. These are billion-dollar properties. They gross a shitload of fucking money. Bring them together. That's all I want to say about that. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Charbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.